Welcome to Ecomm, Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show where we believe ads are not bad. Ignorance is expensive and the American dream is alive and well on the internet today. It is Monday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, 2026 in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live from an undisclosed location in the beautiful Austin, Texas hills. We're brought to you by Incense Seguno, Postscript Rocked, After Sale, and Axon by AppLovin. And we have got a jam-packed show for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hudson Method is here. Who is Hudson? Blake Hudson of Comfort, and Sean Frank, CEO of Ridge, is hailing it to all of the Twitter timeline as the path forward to unstuck yourself for growth. Shopify has released its connectors. Now you can manage your Shopify store 100% from Claude, from ChatGPT, or your tool of choice. Once again, win for the one-man brand. OpenAI is very much sharing user data to advertisers. They now have purchase tracking available. Maybe this transgresses some things they promised us in the past, but I actually think this is great news for you and me. We are going to have Aidan Brannigan of No Boring Brands with us today, talking about making B2B advertising sexy again. And we are going to have Ovi Farouk, OSF from Wrecked Brands. That is correct. There is a very real connection between the Web3 and crypto world and CPG, and my man is bringing it to all of the interwebs. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get in here. Get inside this show. There he is.
Let's go.
There he is. I was a little fearful that you weren't going to join us for a second, but there you are.
I'm always here.
You're always here, and I appreciate that about you. Sean Frank, over the weekend, released a banger of a post called The Hudson Method. Now, I find this genuinely very relevant because I actually had an operator, a founder, who we have had on the show that shall remain nameless right now, texting me about this very method. Hey, man, how do you do this? How much does it cost? How much do you pay creators, etc.? Sean Frank, banger of a post over the weekend. This is sitting at 204,000 views so far. I think we should read it and dive into it. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Let's get into it. The current thing is the Hudson Method. I have personally seen 6 brands restart growth using the Hudson Method. We are talking 5 million a year brands. We're talking 100 million a year brands. The steps: number 1, seed hundreds of creators on TikTok, small new accounts, no one famous. If you've ever heard Blake Hudson talk, CEO of Comfort, you've heard him talk about this, how they have an affiliate army who is creating videos for them at scale, like 100 per month. The more they create, the more monies they make. Step number 2, pay them per video plus commission, but heavily incentivize them to post lots of videos, bonuses for posting 100 plus videos a month. Step 3, take all that creative, load it into every ad channel. You just solved creative bottlenecks and unlocked infinite ad angles. Step 4, scale ad spend on everything while still paying the creators commission on the ad sales. It isn't about TikTok shop sales. It isn't about GMV max. It's all of it. You get free CPMs on TikTok, you get unlimited content, and it jumpstarts the whole business. More ads, more angles, more channels. This is named after the legendary founder of Comfort, Hudson. All hail the UGC king. I think our boy Hudson from Comfort, I think they're going to reach $1 billion this year.
Let's go.
Didn't he say that? I believe he said that publicly on the Operators Pod as of late. This reminds me of the Jordan West Blitzkrieg strategy on TikTok, where he talks about launching all the creative, and people need to feel a wave on the timeline. Before we get into the comments hereafter, you think there's credence to this? I mean, obviously there is. What are your thoughts on this?
Absolutely. This is the total play right now for underpriced attention. And that is the underlying of this entire story. I think that was with the first or the second point where you're basically going after creators that have 0 to a small amount of following. So you don't have to pay these exorbitant influencer fees that usually come with a pretty hefty price tag when you're reaching out to creators that have 5,000, 10,000, 15, 30,000, 50,000, and so on and so forth followings. Instead, you're product seeding multiple creators across a variety of demographics, and you're getting back really excellent content. And basically, the only thing you really, really have to eat is cost of goods sold, shipping out. And then on top of all of that, if the creator actually performs really well, then you're going to actually pay them the commissions on top of that. This is a great little restart method.
I think this is a key point, and it is different than what we were doing at Bruce Bolt just a couple years ago. At that time, this is 2022, 2023, 2024, I suppose. At that time, we also had a big push on the affiliate army, but different. We were all in the Facebook pages of all the mom and dads in travel baseball. Okay, and I know the brain behind this entire strategy. It was crucial for Bruce Bolt getting off the ground, getting initial momentum, etc. But when it came to creators, we were looking for like the next big names in baseball. And when I say in baseball, I don't mean players. Of course, we were looking for those as well and wanting to establish relationships there. We were looking for creators who were going to be synonymous with baseball kids who they love to watch, like, share their content, etc. We were looking for those few that we could, own a relationship with, 10, 12, etc., who would get tons of views and give you status inside of the niche, inside of the community. That's not what Sean is talking about here. And that's not what Hudson has paved the way with Comfort. He's talking about creators who have very little audience. They are willing to put 100 plus videos on their account or their various accounts per month. Okay, that is significant. That's significant. I mean, just think right now, when you think influencer, when you think creator, you think establishing a relationship with them, first thing that comes to mind, oh man, they're so expensive. Oh, but I really wish I could have a relationship with them. And I wish they'd post about me. But oh, they're so expensive. Basically, all I can afford is one post. Okay. That's not who we're talking about here. We're talking about normal people. We're talking about totally normal people who are willing to take the bet. You'll pay me this much for posting 100 videos. And if I post 100 videos in a month, you'll give me this much. And if any of those pop off on ads, you'll give me commission. I'm taking it. That is a totally different game here. And I think everybody who is used to the previous type of influencer creator relationships that I was describing that we had at Bruce Bolt, they need to pay attention, because this is a totally different way to play the game. And now Frost Buddy, Comfort, there's a lot of people who are making hay with this. And when we were at Commerce Roundtable, Brock, CEO of Frost Buddy, where he was describing what they were doing with affiliates. It was, it was number one, top 3 talk of the entire time. And it's all everybody could engage on. So I think there's a lot of teeth here. And I think we should dig into the comments. First comment comes from Geo Blaze. Geo Blaze says, do we know how much each creator gets per video? And is the commission a percentage of spend or revenue on their videos? Sean says, typically revenue. Cost per video is low, 25 to 100, but just mass amounts. I think this is important because it underlines the point. We're not talking about already established creators and influencers that everybody thinks about when they think about your niche. We're talking about normies. We're talking about normal people who have a cell phone and they're incentivized. Make 100 videos for me, put them all on your timeline and go. I think this is a very important point. You agree?
I think this is a super important point, because also those people make just unironically very authentic ads, whereas the influencers the influencers naturally be more buttoned up just because they've had training, they've been through it. And so you give this, quote unquote normal person with no following, they're going to give you a really authentic kind of broken down version of this. And then I think on top of this too is we've seen a lot of data also out of Northbeam talking about the amount of ads for, you know, quote unquote businesses that are scaling pretty substantially. And so if you can get all of this juicy content and basically throw that into your ads manager every single month, ideally, I don't know if we're going to cover total number of influencers every quarter that you're actually going to be pushing this out to. I keep saying influencers, but you know, creators. Ideally, it's maybe 1,000 creators, and then you do that every single quarter. You end the year with 4,000 net new creators that have your product, and ideally 4,000 net new videos, probably even way more than that.
Oh yeah.
Now, from 4,000 videos, I can pull out a ton of new ad angles that I've found that are working now that I didn't even know would work just because, you know, XYZ creator sent us back this product and we were willing to test it. That's all it is.
I mean, just think about this. Just think if you get 10 people, think if out of everybody in your following, everybody you know, all the relationship you have, let's say you're leveraging Incense to find potential creators, et cetera.
Yeah.
Let's just say there's 10 people who are willing to take the plunge. I'm going to take the bonus. I'm going to do 100 plus videos this month. If there's just 10, that gets you 1,000 videos.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That
Crazy.
is crazy. That's crazy.
And then you talk about, you know, we had a guest on the show last week who they need 1,000 new videos every single month in order to get their peptide brand rocking and rolling. It's a great example. I mean, obviously we have Incense as a sponsor of the show. It's a great product to use. We highly recommend if you guys are looking for people to get going with, reach out to Incense and, you know, shrink that follower count down a ton. It doesn't have to be 1,000 followers. You maybe reach out to people with, you know, 250 followers, 100 followers, but are willing to make content for you to get that ad machine rocking and rolling.
I would say too, the point that you brought up earlier, you know, some of these people who are, they're no names, they're normies. They're normies. That means that they're going to probably be a little more unhinged with
I
their
love it.
content, you know, it's not like they've got a slew of brand deals that they need to kind of protect. And, you know, they're a pro by now and they know which way to turn. And, you know, I mean, they're probably going to get really unhinged to try and create a banger. Okay. Of course, they're going to hit, you know, they want to take the plunge and hit all 100, get the bonus. Great. But they're probably going to go really unhinged with some of this because they've got juice on the incentivized side. Hey, if this hits as an ad, you're going to get a percentage of this. So I think this is really smart. Andrew Faris asked this of AJF Growth: is Ridge doing it? Well, anyway, that's not that's not the tweet. But Andrew Faris did say, "Is Ridge doing it?" To which Sean Frank replied, "Shh." Meaning, yes, they are.
Absolutely.
Okay, next tweet comes to us from Colton Lee. When you say commission on the ad sales for step 4, does that mean creators get paid percentage on sales from Meta ads or other paid channels besides TikTok? Sean says yes, and you can use MTA level on the ad. Last click coupon code you click. Colton, fire emoji. I imagine an affiliate link could work too, etc., etc. And then last here from Moore, at Moore, great Twitter ad, by the way, at Moore. Frost Buddy is killing it with this strategy. Top 100 affiliates are a part of a VIP program where their content is used for Meta and they get commission based on sales from their content. I'd love you to pull this up, Jack, so that we can look at this because I think this page is great. Join Frost Buddy, make thousands, and then you scroll down. What you can see is they've got real stats of how their people have performed, their top 50 affiliates. And you can see the followers here vary. We've got one 40,000. We've got one with 8,000. We've got one with 500,000. We've got one with 55,000. We've got one with 1 million, etc. But the monies that they are making, you can see very clearly. Generated 80,000 in GMV. They took home a $15,000 check. Now, I think for a lot of creators, they would be very happy if their video got picked up. That ad, as an ad, it generated $80,000 and they took home a $15,000 check. Don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, all of this just backs into the math of this works for your brand. So $80,000 GMV, does that work? So you pay out $15,000, and then you're also paying that meta charge tax for the ads themselves. But this is amazing. I mean, look at all of the money being earned by all of the creators there. Those are
Yeah.
significant amount of money.
Yeah, it's a significant amount of money. I mean, we scroll down here 15,000, 12,000, 7,000, 9,000, 6,000, 6,000, 4,000. And what I'll point out here too is that the account with 8,000 followers made more money than the account with 1 million followers.
Sick.
There's something there. Okay. There's
I think
something there.
I'm pretty sure Brock said, he tweeted out pretty recently that his top, or one of his top affiliates, made, I think, $80,000 last month or something. It was some unreal number where it was like, oh my gosh, this is a crazy amount of money that someone just made in a month being an affiliate for Frostbuddy.
And you know, Jordan West of Social Commerce Club has made this point many times. Okay. You're not recruiting customers, you're recruiting creators.
Yeah.
When it comes to this, what you're doing is recruiting creators. You have to win creators. And the way that you do that is by incentivizing them. Hey, you're a nobody. You got a tiny following. Whatevs. If you'll make 100 videos for me, I'm going to get you paid.
Yeah.
And guess what? Let me juice this on the ad percentage side. If we run this as an ad and it crushes, you're going to get a big whopper of a check. Check out the numbers that we did last month. And I think making this public is a big part of this. You know, oftentimes, and I know from being in the brand world myself and also being marketing lead for other brands, you want to keep all that behind closed doors. You don't want anybody to know who's making how much did they make. You know, you want to keep all of that hidden. You always, this is part of American culture. You want to keep how much money you're making, how much money other people are making. You want to keep it all hidden behind closed doors. There's something about making it public when you are recruiting creators, which is what that's the whole method that we're talking about here, the Hudson Method. It's recruiting creators, getting them on your side, and then mass blasting creative to the heavens across every account that you don't even own to get the blitzkrieg effect on the timeline, juice those free TikTok CPMs, and then get unlimited, uncorked creative for all of your ad channels everywhere. I think there's something to making this kind of information public so that potential creators can see somebody with 8,000 followers made 8K, made 6K just on the ad juice last month. That's not even counting the piece that they made on just getting monies for making X amount of creative. I think there's something to this. Are you bullish on the like public info side?
Absolutely. I mean, this is so big. It's nice to know also that, like, I think it's a really important thing, the fact that he's posting the followers, because it really gives people the ability to kind of take a risk there, where if you're looking at this and you're saying, well, I don't have 10,000 followers, I can't make it. Well, that's not necessarily the case, because the person with 3,000 followers is actually outpacing the person with 1 million followers. They earned more last month than you would think it would be reversed. And so this allows new creators an exciting new kind of opportunity to make money, and followers don't matter.
Actions follow incentives. I think it's time to spin up the Hudson Method for your brand. Many thanks to Sean Frank for posting another banger that we can consider and spin around here on the show as we move forward to our stories of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Rocked After Sell. You know, we're all obsessed as D2C brands. We're all obsessed with getting the next customer, as we should be, But the real lever is making more profit from the orders that you're already getting. If you're doing 5,000 orders a month, what if you could add $3 to $4 to every single one of those without touching your ads? Would you be interested in that? Yeah, you would. That's exactly what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life, they are doing that with Rocked After Sell. They're adding post-purchase upsells, downsells from cart through the thank you page, and then stacking on an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing them offers from like brands, Disney Plus, HelloFresh, Venmo, etc. It's high margin revenue, okay? And it's straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on LTV, and you can be live in minutes. I mean, if you're already getting orders, you should be getting more out of them. Go to aftersell.com/offers. Start monetizing what you've already built. Get some extra juice on every order that's already coming through your store. Many thanks for Rock to Aftersell being part of the show. Now, huge story of the day. We can now manage our Shopify stores officially from Claude and Chat and whatever tool of choice you may so prefer. This tweet comes to us from Harley, the one and only Harley Finkelstein, president of Shopify. We surveyed our merchants. 83% already use ChatGPT. Now they can manage their entire store without leaving the chat. ChatGPT and Claude connector apps are live today. Now, we've had, Colin, we've had Will Bailey, we've had a number of operators who are AI adept and have been creating their own workarounds, etc., to do this from the terminal for weeks and months beyond us. But I think this is huge for now, just making it official, just like Meta did with their ads manager. Now one can do that inside of Claude, inside of Chat. I think this is huge. This is huge for enabling the Superman marketer and the one-man brand. I'm excited about this. And now it's finally here. Your thoughts on this?
Absolutely. I mean, this is such a great job by Shopify to basically go to where the puck is moving. Everybody is saying, hey, we want to just do all this stuff inside of Claude, inside of Chat. Meta is also, they just announced this last week. And so everybody who is anybody and all of the right folks inside of our space are now doing this. And it's allowing everything to just be seamless within the chat experience. This is a great move by Shopify. I expect this from them because they are kind of on the forefront of all of the things, in e-commerce moving forward. If you're not on Shopify, I don't know what else to tell you because I don't know why you wouldn't be. It's just the smartest kind of move to do if you want to make a lot of money online. It's the only move to do at this point.
I think the majority of operators that I have talked to that are not on Shopify, the reason that they're not on Shopify is that they can't. They're locked in for some reason, or it's like moving a mountain. They feel like it's, I got to move a mountain to get over there. The thing that I love about this is that not only is Shopify serving and winning, arming the rebels, the one-man brand, the rise of the underdog as they have been for years, but now they are serving the tippity top enterprise clients and brands and companies that we all know and love and cherish and buy every day. They're serving them as well. And I feel like this meets the moment for everybody wherever they are in that spectrum. Let me give you some details on this. And Jack, I'd love you to bring this tweet back up so that people can see the video that Harley tweeted out. The video gives great visual experience to what this looks like inside of the experience and what people can now do with Shopify. Okay, merchants can connect their Shopify store to any supported AI tool through the Shopify CLI. So it's not just Claude and Chat, but Claude and Chat's where everybody's at. Giving that tool direct access to the Shopify API from their device. Once connected, the AI tool can access the store data merchants authorize and take actions on their behalf. For example, you can see this in the video. A merchant can now photograph their new product, add the image, you can see it taking place on the screen right now, into a conversation with Chat with a prompt to create a product listing on their Shopify store. Chat analyzes the image, drafts a product title and description, adds it directly to their store. Kaboom, it's live. Okay, this kind of thing is so exciting for me because I can't tell you how many hours I have spent dinking and dunking around in the Meta Ads Manager, okay? Dinking and dunking inside of creating a product, adding the tags, all of the things. Oh, now let me retry the image, etc. Oh, I got to pull it into Photoshop. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, now one can simply say, hey, let's make a product for this. Here it is. Make it look good. Give me a draft, and then I'll thumbs it up or I'll thumbs it down and tell you what to change or approve. This is just leveling up productivity across the board. And I think real operators that are still hands-on keyboard, making things happen, I think this is going to make it smooth for everybody involved. Big win on Shopify's behalf.
Absolutely. I'm excited for their earnings call tomorrow. I think it's going to be a banger of an earnings call.
Aren't they always? Aren't they always? Up
Yeah.
and to the right, long Shopify. Not financial advice, but it is operator advice. I'll tell you that. It is operator advice. I will tell you that much, big boy. Okay. Next story of the day. OpenAI doing some interesting things here, okay? And I don't necessarily think it's bad, although it's going to sound bad at first listen. This story comes to us via Adweek. OpenAI is now sharing its users' data with its advertisers. The company's updated privacy policy quietly formalizes data sharing with marketing partners and confirms it's receiving purchase data from advertisers, just as ChatGPT uninstalls are on the rise. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, Colin, but I believe this was one of Sam's promises, right? That customer data is not going to get shared with advertisers. That's why it was all impression based at the front. Am I correct on this, or am I misremembering?
I think you're correct. I think there was just too much money to be made here, and they have to IPO. So user data aplenty is coming.
And let's be honest, as advertisers who are looking to sell widgets upon the interwebs, that's good. That's what we want. That's what we want.
User data.
Okay, we want the user data. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to live in 1984. Okay, we get that. That's a ditch. Nobody wants that. But we do want our money to be spent profitably. We do. We do.
Absolutely.
And we all want Chat's advertising platform to work. We want that. It's good for us if it works. It's good for us if the CPMs are worth it and we can verify, yeah, you got some conversions from that thing. Also, looky here, these people who are asking this question and talking about this conversation, perfect for you. Let me surface you and your product and your service while they're talking, and look at what happened from those conversations. Don't you want to give me more money because we have a win-win now? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But you have to prove to me that there's a win-win. That's why I thought it was bad. I thought it was bad for Sam to come out at first blush and say, "Ooh, no data, don't worry. No advertising, don't worry. No data, don't worry." No. We want advertising and we want data. That's why we start every show by saying ads are not bad. They are not bad. Ads are not bad. People want their solutions solved. I mean, they want their problems solved. They want good solutions for the problems that they have. Should we read a little bit of this? You want to get you want to get some details on this? Go ahead, Colin.
Absolutely. And Chris, I'll take the consumer camp of this.
Yeah, please.
And I'll pose this question to the consumers: where would you rather have non-relevant ads served to you that make absolutely no sense whatsoever, and you're kind of in the middle of a program and you're like, I don't even know why this is I don't even care about any of this? Or would you actually want relevant ads served for your problems that you're trying to solve? I know the camp I'm in. I would rather have hyper relevant, personalized ads for problems that I'm trying to solve that week, because I will buy the thing that week. That's exactly what I'm trying to say to consumers, where you don't want, hey, do you want this thing? And it's like, I don't even know if I'm the demographic that you even think that I am for this. I don't think it's even remotely close. I would never purchase this in my life. Why are you wasting your dollars on me? So it's a really interesting thing where you would rather have hyper personalized ads,
please,
to make better purchasing decisions for you to actually solve your problems. Because that's what this is at the end of the day. The entire business is, hey, here's the solution for your problem. You just want that to be more personalized, where, okay, cool. My problem is going to be different from Chris's problem. So serve us two different ads, but also know about both of us differently.
And I'll take them. I'll take the ads. I'll take the ads. You know,
they're funny.
Show the sponsored thing inside of my chat window. That's great.
Yeah.
I want that. But make them the best. Make them funny. Make them relevant to me. Make them for the people that I'm already got cash halfway out of my wallet for. Like that's what I want to. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to click with and talk with.
Make them like Raindrop. You know, Raindrops. If you think you could, that's a tall ask. But if you think you can, make them like that.
ROI of joy, Jacques Spitzer. OpenAI updated its U.S. privacy policy on April 30th, formalizing the advertising infrastructure. Bring us back, Jack. I'm not moving forward yet. The advertising infrastructure, it has been building behind the scenes. The changes, which include explicit language about receiving purchase data from advertisers. We all want that. Sharing user information with marketing partners for third-party ad targeting. We want that. And using users' data to market its own products. We want that. Signal that the company is cementing its identity as an ad platform. We want that. No more pretending, okay? Everything is an ad network, okay? Yeah. We want this. Be bold. Be strong. The updates are notable for what they make explicit. OpenAI openly acknowledges receiving data from advertisers and their partners, okay, including information. The AI company also renamed its vendor disclosure category to include marketing partners, okay, to assist us in meeting business operations needs and to perform certain services and functions. We disclose personal data to vendors, service providers, marketing partners, et cetera, et cetera. This marks a shift from its previous stance where OpenAI said it would never sell a person's data to advertisers. Bad take. We don't like that. Not as advertisers. Bad. Super lame. The updated policy stops short of selling data, but introduces new data flows in both directions. Nothing about our policy of not sharing people's conversations or private user content with advertisers has changed. I kind of don't believe that. Okay. This is a quote here from OpenAI. I don't know why they're saying that. Like many companies, OpenAI works with select marketing partners to help people learn about our products on third-party websites. Okay, here's where I just say, like, let's drop the act, okay?
Absolutely.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay to make money.
It's cool.
You need to make money.
100% they do. Not even a question.
Hello. Yeah. It's okay. Drop the act. It's okay.
Yeah.
We all know OpenAI needs to make money. Also, people like chat. They like chat. There's a ton of people using chat. Like, it's okay. It's all right. You need to make money.
Just be honest with us.
We like using it. Like, be honest with us.
Yeah.
It's okay. Again, ads are not bad. I think there's a fundamental issue that a lot of marketers have deep down inside, this kind of cognitive dissonance where they believe like, oh no, selling something is bad and I'm bothering people by putting my ad. No, drop all that. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. You don't have to live with that cognitive dissonance. The new language around third-party targeting puts OpenAI squarely in the same data sharing framework that has long defined and drawn scrutiny toward the social media giants it once positioned itself apart from. Forget that. It's okay. For advertisers, the move represents an opening. That's what we want.
Yeah.
900 million weekly active users. You like that?
I love it.
Love it.
Love it.
900 million weekly active users.
It's crazy because I'm so shocked that they're being so weird about like the fact that this is kind of like a weird advertising play. When Facebook has already done this entire playbook written in front of you, like, yeah, we changed from we're just going to be, the Ivy Leagues to everybody. God, Facebook's going to go away now. Actually, no, they exploded. And then it's like, okay, now we're going to go from everybody to, okay, we're going to advertise. Everybody's going to hate us. Actually, no, they became one of the most profitable companies of all time. And it's like, you guys can do this. Like, we're all cool with it. Nobody's going to be like, no, OpenAI's advertising? Golly. God, take my arm. Anything. Don't advertise. Take my arm instead. It's like, guys, it's fine. Just give us cheap CPMs. And it's like, hey, we'll be your best friend. What's the CPM? Yeah. $5? $6?
Oh, gosh.
$10?
Take all my dollars.
See what I mean? See what I mean? If you make this CPM extra juicy, if you're saying, hey, CPMs are going to be $4. What?
Take all my money.
Guess what? We have hyper personalized consumer data,
Yeah.
and the CPMs are $4, and
Take
we have
all my
purchase
money.
data. It's like, okay, cool. Here's my wallet. Here's my Shopify store. Okay, guess what? I'm the next Groons.
Yeah,
Done.
exactly.
Yeah.
Done. Now, I think the reason that this is happening is that they very much need to make more money. They have missed some goals, some revenue
Yeah.
goals,
Yeah.
and such, which is part of why I think they cut Sora. It's part of why they're like no more side quests. Interesting, and another development that is interesting on this same side, this tweet comes to us from MTS Live, monitoring the situation. Situation brewing. OpenAI to announce a $10 billion joint venture called the Deployment Company to help businesses adopt AI software. I think this is in the vein of we need to make money. Okay. Yeah, you do. I just don't know, like, how many placements do you spread your bets on?
Yeah.
I say this because if they would give CPMs like what you're talking about,
It's so obvious. It's crazy.
every company that needs a customer in the whole world would dump billions of dollars
Yeah.
into Chat's ad platform. That is the case. Now, they may not be able to absorb that many clients and customers.
Yeah,
That may be a real problem. But sometimes you just make the big bet. And this one is a no-brainer to me. If you give us cheap CPMs, I know for sure every e-com company that still has a pulse will dump millions of dollars into Chat GPT if they could onboard them.
There's a key point that you just said in the very beginning of that sentence, which was, I don't know if they could take all of that inventory in at the moment. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. You just get these darlings to come in, first 1,000, 5,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Come in, crazy low CPMs. We're talking $5 CPMs, $6 CPMs. Make some insane case stories with them. And then guess what? Because of the total demand, you can open up that kimono even more. You could probably double the CPMs and everybody would still be cool with it. It's like, hey, we have $10 CPMs. And it's like, yeah, we're cool with this. And you have all of the learnings from all those customers that you already had on, the really bespoke kind of elite exclusive group. I'm shocked that they don't see this playbook.
Well, we'll see what happens. They need to make money. We all want them to make money. And if they'll give us a good deal, we're all happy to give them our dollars. So I'll say that. We have Aidan Brannigan of No Boring Brands coming to us. Founder, CEO, this guy, he's been a creator at Workweek. He's working with some of the biggest B2B brands on the internet. I think he even did like a 12 or 16 or 24-hour live stream with Clay. He did. Yeah. Okay, well, we need to hear from him on this. But before he comes to us, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Axon by AppLovin. If you are running a D2C brand and you're not on Axon yet, you are leaving money on the table, ladies and gentlemen. Axon gets you in front of 1 billion new customers inside the games everyone loves to play, like Solitaire, Mahjong, Candy Crush, etc. More people play mobile games than you think. We're talking mainstream, financially comfortable household decision makers, and the unlock is the format, ladies and gentlemen. Full screen ads, average 35 seconds of attention that people are watching, and it converts. Okay, one of the brands I was recently consulting with, they had their quarter saved by getting them on Axon, especially when Meta was tripping. 80% of purchases happen within the first hour of the click. It's incremental demand, turns interest into action fast. You get going in less than an hour, and you can scale up to 100K per day within the first week, like Miranda Pettinger did. She told us she did when she was on the show. Wayfair, Dr. Squatch, your favorite brands there are already on the platform. Get in now before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/ecom Cowboy. You can see it scrolling across the screen right now. Go there. Tell them the Ecom Cowboy sent you. Many thanks for them being part of the show. Now, Aidan Brannigan is coming to us right now. I believe he is all of like 24 or 25 years old. This guy crushing.
Just a young buck. A young buck crushing.
A young buck crushing on the interwebs. he has started what he calls the world's first creative humor agency, memes, skits, culture-led short form, which I am a big believer B2B, B2B needs more of.
Absolutely.
B2B should not be boring to boring. That's we're not here for that. We are here for what Aidan Brannigan is bringing into the table. Everybody, welcome to the show, Aidan. Get in here, Aidan. Get inside this show, brother. Oh, yes.
Let's go.
Oh man,
He's locked in.
Let's go. See, I'm annoyed I'm on the show because I wanted to keep watching what you guys were talking about.
Oh, bro.
Man.
Now you got some idiot here, right, with a green shirt on the show.
You bless us. You bless us, Aidan. Aidan, brother, you've got to give everybody just a little bit of your origin story here, because I will say there are not many unicorns like yourself on the internet, my friend. You know, mid-20s, working with the biggest B2B brands on the internet, doing actually interesting things that people want to watch. How did you get here and arrive at what you're doing with No Boring Brands today?
First of all, I'm stoked to be on here. Collins, we're from, like, you know, similar hometowns. He's a homie. But yeah, I honestly made a bunch of mistakes. Like, freshman year of college is when COVID hit. And so I started working at startups. I got funnel hacked into crypto.
Right.
Lost so much money in crypto.
Oh no.
It was amazing. But like, huge blessing. But all throughout every stop, I was making content. Like, I worked at Overtime, which is a sports media company.
You did?
Yeah. For 7 months, minimum wage. It was so sick in college.
Awesome.
But, and then, you know, in crypto, I was making content, and it slowly snowballed. I started making content on my personal brand. Junior year of college, I just sat down in my apartment. I was like, for 60 days, I'm going to post every single day on LinkedIn.
Let's go.
And I haven't stopped since then. On May 8th, it'll be 4 years straight of posting on LinkedIn, not a single day missed, which is pretty sweet. And because I started posting content on LinkedIn, Workweek, which is a B2B media company, they found me. So Daniel Murray, who was building the Marketing Millennials, was like, hey, we're looking for our first full-time hire under the Marketing Millennials brand. Like, I was like, well, I'm a junior in college, bro. Like, I can't work full time. And he's like, yeah, you can. And I was like, all right, I guess I can. So I started working full time.
I can. Yeah, I guess you're right.
So senior year of college, I was full-time student, full-time senior, if you know what that means, and a full-time employee at Workweek. And this is all very long to say. And then I moved to Texas for a little bit. And then when I was in Texas on the weekends, I started workshopping this concept of making funny content for SaaS companies, and it snowballed into No Boring Brands today.
Incredible, man.
Unreal. I would love to talk a little bit about how you come up with some of these ideas, because I think we are underselling a little bit of your LinkedIn content for what you're doing.
We are.
They are truly unique ideas. One of the ones that I saw recently was when you recorded yourself on a Ring doorbell, going around knocking on people's doors and being like, hey, I have some, what was it?
I was like, hey, I'm looking for qualified decision makers who want to buy enterprise SaaS solutions.
Just like, I don't know how you think about that. What is your process for thinking about all these things that are now exploding on the timeline?
Yeah. Also, was that a Seek coffee?
Yeah, it is, brother. Official sipper of the show.
Okay. I met Caleb in Austin last month.
There you go.
Great guy.
Nice guy.
Great guy.
But how I come up with the crazy ideas, very counterintuitive to what a lot of people say they do for ideation. I ignore everybody. Okay. So I take inspiration from literally everything other than social media. So I try and seek outside inspo. And maybe I shouldn't say outside of social media, outside of LinkedIn. So if I'm making LinkedIn content, I'm looking at YouTube for ideas, or I'm going on walks without my phone and like spending deliberate time to give myself space to think.
Yeah.
And like, I love coming up with ideas where when people see it, they're like, I don't know if I can curse on here, so I won't, but like,
you can
do it. Yeah. Hit it.
All right, Mom. Sorry. How the fuck did he come up with that? That's what I want people to think when they see my content. And at the same time, I want them to think it's effortless. Because the more effortless your content looks, the more impressive it is, and the less likely someone will come to try and emulate it. So yeah, all that, like I like to ignore everybody. I don't look at what other people are doing on socials as much as people might think, even though I make content for a living and we're servicing a bunch of SaaS companies. And, you know, I have to sell them on that idea of like, hey, you're hiring us to make content. We are not going to do trending content. We're going to make you net new evergreen content. So when people see this format, they think of Apollo.
Wow.
I mean, I think you also need to touch on the South by South, I think is the South by Southwest event that you did with Clay.
Yep.
Could you talk about what this was? Because Chris and I covered it on the show.
We did.
We were like, this is unbelievable. Why has no one thought about this yet?
Let's go. Well, I have been working with Clay for like a little bit over a year. Nice. And they're pretty like open to creative ideas. I got last in my fantasy football league in 2025. So
brutal.
Yeah, brutal. So I had to play an instrument on the street until I made $40. And
that's
like,
our punishment next year. It's a good punishment. Yeah.
And I'm in Baltimore, by the way. That's not like a place you sit on the street and play an instrument and people are like, here's $5. They're like, give me $5, bro.
It's true.
It is true. But anyways, it like was like God's plan. Clay had just raised $40 million in a series like C or whatever it was. And I was like, hey, Clay, I'm already doing this punishment. What if I record the whole thing and integrate and add into this? And they're like, boom, great idea. Let's do it. That was a little over a year ago. And so they've already like known working with me is going to be outside the box ideas. So on a Wednesday at like midnight, I went to Obed Durrani. He always flames me for pronouncing his name wrong, but he runs like creator partnerships there. And I was like, I have a stupid idea and I think you're going to want to do it. And it was the 12-hour live stream doing Clay on the street. But the way I pitched it was like, you want to spend 50 grand on a booth at this event, or, you know, I can find a way to get a Clay spinning wheel, put it on the corner of the street and record the whole thing and stop everyone who walks by. And they're like,
crazy.
He literally said yes and signed the contract within 5 minutes after I sent that idea to him.
I love that.
It was sick.
That. You know, I would think, Aidan, you have got to be, I would imagine there's two types of people that you run into in B2B SaaS software world. There's got to be people that are repelled by you. It's like, no, we want the booth. We want the webinar. Like, what are we doing here? And then there's got to be other people there. Like you are their favorite cup of tea. It's like they are absolutely looking for anything that is outside the box. Now, I'm bullish on this side, doing something interesting that stands out, that people remember, that actually endear them to the company because they see it. Is that the case? I mean, do you repel people and other people they love you and want to work with you forever?
Yes, and the people I repel are the ones I'm really trying to get as clients. You know, I've gotten a few of them. But like the cool thing about the Clay live stream is what I think a lot of brands should look into is like tangential benefits of your dollars. So like out of home campaigns that like, let's say Grunes was running an out of home campaign. I actually think the highest ROI of that campaign would be making an out of home billboard that someone will post on social media. And so those out of home campaigns are now like social campaigns. And so when I brought this idea to Clay, there's multiple levels of impact. Yes, I'm live streaming and, you know, I have 50,000 followers and those 50,000 followers will see that. Great. We're going to get clips. I'm going to post the clips on my socials. Great. We're going to stop every single person that walks by the booth. That's like word of mouth, 500 people in the day.
Yep.
And these individuals are going to be like, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen. They're putting it on their stories and their followers are seeing it. And now anytime people ask me on a sales call or when I go on podcasts, I talk about that. So now your audience is hearing about Clay doing it. there's just so many levels of impact that on the surface, you're like this guy's not thinking anything other than how to be funny. But like Clay is like a very serious business, a very serious company, and they want to see results. And so that's what I really try to do with any brand we work with, where it's like, how do we get them multiple layers of benefit there?
Wow. Could you, I think potentially too, I mean, you mentioned that your clients are mostly B2B niches. Are you also working with some direct to consumer as well?
Yeah, we did a little bit of work. Like when they come inbound, we'll work with them, but they have to be a little bit larger. And I only learned that the hard way. Like D2C is legit 2 to 3 years ahead of B2B when it comes to socials. And those companies really, really, really expect you to be like hopping on every trend. So we did work with Blue Chew like earlier this year. And we've done stuff with like some social casinos, like Legends Casino. Yeah, right. Like that stuff comes inbound occasionally, but my main network is SaaS. Yeah. And so that's why we work in that realm.
Wow.
Now, tell me this. I cannot assuredly attribute this to you, but I think this came from you, and it sounds like you, especially because of the unforgettable type humorous content you want to lean into. I've heard, I think this comes from you, something about the fastest way to fix your business, your marketing, etc. Stop tweaking the funnel and fix the offer. Something that people latch onto, that people can, yes, I want to bite into that. I want to try that now. Am I placing this right, Aidan? Did you say something like that?
I wish I said something like that. I don't know if that was me or not, but I'll take credit for it.
Yeah, right. You take credit for that.
I mean, like, I do think funnels are incredibly important. But like, even with any piece of content, the concept is one of the most important aspects of it. And like there's funnels within your piece of content. It's not like the funnel, like some social, then to a link in bio, then to a landing page. Like even within the content, there's a funnel, right? Like you have to get to that CTA at the end, but before that, you have to hook them in. And even before that, the concept has to be super, super strong. And I think there's so many brands that are like, why the hell is our content not performing well? And it just comes down to the mere fact, it's not the execution or poor execution, it's poor ideation. And like a really good example of this, we're running this new campaign on one of my accounts. Have you seen those guys who do like the funny cold calls? Where
yes.
They like dance and then they call. Or some of them will like insult the person they're calling.
It's wild.
Yeah. So this concept that I had was cold calling my friends because I have free will. And so now I've been recording me just randomly cold calling my friends, trying to sell them life insurance. And so we've posted 4 of those videos in the last week, and it's done over 500,000 views.
Seriously?
On one of my accounts. But that all goes back to like the idea has to be super strong. And you know, I definitely didn't say that quote, but I will totally take credit for it.
I like that.
I would imagine, I mean, we're talking about ideas and campaign execution here. I feel like you are sitting on a whale of an idea that a B2B software company hasn't given you the green light yet.
Yep.
I would love to hear about it because I imagine you got a white whale idea where you're like, I've approached every company about this. Nobody's given me the juice yet, and I'm ready. I'm ready for someone to just give me the green light.
All right, this one is ridiculous.
All right,
we'll take it.
I don't know if anyone would be offended by this, but I think it's hilarious and would be great. So you know, all hands meetings.
Yeah.
So I had this idea for deaf awareness, like a deaf awareness campaign, where we do a series with deaf actors, and they're all hands meetings where they're doing Zoom calls, but they're doing ASL the whole time. So it's an all hands meeting. Yeah. So it's only hands being used. And we get like ASL awareness, like nonprofit. And we have these people talking in corporate jargon using their hands.
Oh, I like that.
For an all hands meeting.
I like that.
Which I thought was like a clever idea. I pitched it to this guy's an executive producer at BuzzFeed. he's like, this is like, if you can find actors who are deaf who can do like sign language and do a pilot, then we can shop this around. But I don't have connects to that. But
I
does
like
that
the
concept
corporate
make sense?
jargon. I like the corporate jargon angle.
Like they're doing corporate jargon sign language, and it's an all hands meeting.
Oh, I think you could totally pull this off, no problem. I mean, I would think you could just do probably a casting call somewhere pretty easily, just from like a creator standpoint. Like you could do basically a creator casting call. Like it doesn't have to be like actors.
There's a huge deaf community right here in Austin, Texas. Actually, I used to speak. I know because I used to speak I used to speak ASL. I took sign language in college.
The Texas School for the Deaf is on South Congress, right?
Yeah, Texas School for the Deaf is right here. I used to go and visit there, and like it was like part of the whole class and everything. See, I think there's something to that.
I think that as just like a campaign where you get 6 people who do sign language, and it's like promoting deaf awareness or any sort of thing that they want to promote, or maybe it's a deaf school that wants funding. Like that's just, I thought a pretty good idea. I've another idea that I've shopped around with Zapier, who we've worked with on the past. Have you ever seen Liquid Death's like tase test?
No.
So Liquid Death did on YouTube. Definitely look it up. It's a tase test where they collected all of their haters' comments, like who were saying their water doesn't taste any good, and they made them do a blind taste test. And if they guessed them wrong, they tased them.
Yes.
And so I said to Zapier, let's set up in a park or something and ask people questions about AI. And if they get them wrong, we zap them.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious.
TBD on if that's going to be executed or not. But
I'm looking at this right now. We found 2 real internet haters who claim Liquid Death is bunk, basically. Is the worst. And yeah, they're like having them go through and try it, and then they're like tasing them.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
That's crazy. That's a good idea for Zapier because their whole thing is zaps.
Yep.
Zaps. I love that.
That's a good huge idea, Aidan. Man, tell us, brother, before we get you out of here, man, tell us like, what are you excited about the rest of the year? You got some big things coming up on the calendar, some things that you're excited to debut and such, some new partners you're going to be working with. Like what's getting you excited about the rest of 2026, man?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. So for the last 2.5 years, we've been operating solely as a content agency. In the last 4 or 5 months, we've been acquiring these faceless work humor accounts on Instagram, trying to make our first on TikTok. We're building out a media company. So right now we've got about 200,000 followers, and we're doing roughly 20 million views a month on these accounts. And so like that's the next move. We're crushing the content agency, and we're really scaling up brand partnerships on the media side. We just made our first full-time W-2 in-house creator hire last Monday.
Awesome.
Looking to make the second one next week. So we'll see with that. But that's the next 12 months. That's what it's going to look like.
That's incredible, man.
Aidan, how old are you?
I can't drink yet.
No,
that's a lie.
I'm 25. I'm 25.
All right.
That's so crazy. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Thank you.
That's so crazy. Like,
thank you.
That is an unreal amount of views that you are just producing, and these skits are so funny. Like they are just unbelievally funny.
Hey, if you guys want to do one, we can do one.
We're down.
We're super down.
Right.
We're super down.
We're down.
If you can think of any hilarious skits that we could make for any of these sponsors down here, using any of their names, we'll talk with you and we'll cook it up.
We can.
But don't discount us if you got some good concepts just cooking on your back burner, and you just you want to throw the Cowboys in there. We're happy. We're happy to jump in, Aidan.
We can do an Instagram collab or something. You guys post on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, not hardly, to be honest. We're like all X all the time. We need to get
all
on your
X,
LinkedIn
huge
train.
On X.
Next, though, once we, we're basically exclusively focused on X, but we want to branch into LinkedIn in a serious way. Maybe you can help us get there.
Hey, absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely, brother. We appreciate you coming. Tell everyone they want to work with you. They want to get connected with you. They want to work on, get featured or be a part of these, secondary and tertiary accounts that you're now buying, man. Tell them where to find you, where to work with you.
Thank you. I appreciate this. But nobornbrands.co, office water cooler on Instagram if you want to follow one of my meme pages that I shit post on.
Awesome. It is awesome. And we appreciate you coming. We look forward to having you back, brother.
Thanks, much love. Yeah.
Wow.
He's cooking.
He's cooking, man.
He's cooking.
He's
25.
He's 25.
Gosh, I'm getting old, dude. What's happening to me?
Well, it's not
these young bucks.
It's not that you're getting old, you're I would say you're reaching your prime. You've got another prime that's coming your way.
These young bucks are just getting so cracked at socials. It's unbelievable.
They are, man. They absolutely are. And the Aidan is a great example. I think he should look into trademarking boring to boring, like something about like B2B shouldn't mean boring to boring, like something like that.
That's so good. I mean, and just the fact that he is thinking of these incredible campaign ideas, the Clay idea, that's so funny.
It's a great idea.
Why hasn't Clay thought about that? That it's in the name. And then Zapier with the zaps, it's like so obvious when you talk about it. It's like, oh yeah, they should just use. That makes so much sense. Like, why don't you just do that and then run it as a CLTV ad? And then you're like, duh, why didn't we just do that? It's just like he's thinking of all these things where nobody is usually thinking about them.
I think an interesting part of his workflow too that he mentioned that I'd love for him to double click on as a humorous, interesting content creator focused on LinkedIn, but also other platforms as well. When he's making LinkedIn content for B2B SaaS, he's not looking at LinkedIn. He's getting his ideas from other places. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, movies, TV, etc. And then bringing those things to bear in a LinkedIn skin on that platform. I think that's very interesting. And I think more of us need to think about that. I mean, as he mentioned it, I was thinking about it because we're, LinkedIn, not a priority for us right now, but for a lot of businesses it is, and it should be. And his process for leaving his phone behind, going out and taking a long walk. I mean, those are like foundational things that were kind of sewn into that conversation that I think are worth like Google Earthing out on and really thinking about in terms of content.
Absolutely. And he has all of the results behind him to tell you that those ideas about how he's producing content are working extremely well. I mean, if you just want a great laugh, go to his personal LinkedIn account, scroll through his posts, and just scroll through all of his posts, and you're going to be like, this guy is unbelievable. This is hilarious. And it is truly some of the funniest posts you'll see on LinkedIn.
It's a big point too that we've been talking about with Postscript as of late with their Skeptics series. When you do something that's a little outside of the box, it makes people laugh. It makes them pay attention. What it does is it sears the company into your brain, and you think about them. Number one, that's a big challenge for B2B SaaS software company. Do I remember you exist? Okay,
huge.
That's challenge number one. Do I like you? If you made me laugh, like you got a chance that I like you. And when I think about that category, you'll be the first company that I think of. Number three, when I approach any kind of interaction with you, if I already have that knowledge and experience behind me, the know you, like you, trust you, buy from you process has already been expedited because I saw you, you made me laugh, I like you, let's shake hands, talk about the thing. Okay, let's do business together. So I think Postscript's been doing a great job with this, and Aidan is he's a big proponent and not a tool, but a useful person to expedite the buying process in this kind of way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, we have Ovi, the legendary OSF of wrecked brands, coming in here. But before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about PostScript. Let's talk about him. Focus is an amazing thing, is it not? Yes, it is. When one focuses, you get outsized results. That's why when people make the switch from whatever SMS partner they're working with to PostScript, who only does SMS, on average, people see a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. Now, that's not what I saw. I saw a whole lot more than that. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on their entire platform. What was the secret, Chris? I just did what they said. And what they are saying is that there is a huge opportunity with money being left on the table when your customers text you back and you leave them on red. Go to the conversational report, directtoconsumer.co/the conversational report. Get that data and info. It's going to tell you how much money is being left on the table and how you can leverage their AI shopper to have one-to-one conversations with your customers at scale. Many thanks for PostScript being part of the show. Now, we have Ovi Farouk coming in here, better known as OSF. He is the CEO and co-founder of Wrecked Brands. He is deep in Web3 and crypto.
Oh, yeah.
Still exists, okay? For those who are unaware, for those who are unattached, Web3 very much still exists, and he's doing something very unique inside of the CPG space. Bringing these together as one, it actually reminds me a little bit of what Ty Haney has been advocating for and trying to do. Very active in the Web3 community as well. But we need to bring him in here and get the story. He comes from the world of banking and Barclays and all of that, now doing something truly unique in Ecomm and CPG on the interwebs. Everyone, welcome to the show, OSF, Ovi of Wrecked Brands. Get in here, Ovi.
Oh.
This show. There is.
What an entrance. I love that.
Ovi, welcome to the show, brother. We appreciate you making the time and joining us, man.
Of course. Thanks a lot for having me on.
Absolutely. Now, Ovi, you have got to give everybody some backstory on you, just a little of origin story, because you have got a unique one, man. My understanding is, you were at Barclays and then you started getting into NFTs and then, and then somewhere down the line, Wrecked here exists. Man, can you Google Earth out for us a little bit and bring everybody into the origin story of Wrecked Brands?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started my career as a trader. I used to work at Barclays Capital, both in London and in New York. I did that for about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just what I thought I would do for my whole life. During COVID, I just got into crypto, got into NFTs like many people. I made an NFT collection called Wrecked Guy.
Yeah, but that's your profile, right? That's your profile.
Which is my profile on X. Yeah. And I did the artwork for it. I was just kind of messing around. We didn't charge anything for it. We gave the whole thing away for free. But when crypto crashed in 2022 and everyone kind of got wrecked, I guess that character resonated with a large amount of people, and it kind of went viral about 4 years ago. And since then, we kind of built a really strong community around this character and around this idea and concept of getting wrecked. So I essentially just quit my old job to focus fully on this, and we decided to use that IP to build like a real world product, which is Wrecked Drinks, and that's what we're doing right now.
And
there you go, you've got some in front of you. Yeah.
Let me just say, Ovi, they're delicious, bro. They're great.
Glad to hear it.
Great taste. Boom. And then, but it's not just the can. It's the energy powder too.
Right.
It's the energy powder too. Let me get the energy powder because I want everybody to see this. I've never known anybody to connect Web3, CPG, all of the things that you're doing. I want to get this energy piece and show everybody.
While Chris is doing that, could you talk a little bit how you got into RTD? I mean, just the endeavor of getting into RTD sounds so intimidating, exhausting, painful, expensive. Could you talk people a little bit about that?
Well, you've really described my life for the last 2 years.
it's an undertaking. I'm telling you.
It is, man. Yeah, so I mean, when we originally had the idea, it was like the way crypto works is you incentivize people with on-chain activity, and you dangle like a coin or a token airdrop in front of them, and that's how you kind of get stuff going. And I think crypto for all its benefits and criticisms does reward people. It rewards user activity, and I think part of building a brand is like, how do you start to reward your early consumers, people who support you from day one? So we have the idea of like, okay, we have Rekt as this kind of like Web3 brand. We have this coin that we've started, Rekt Coin, which is our brand coin. The idea is that if you like the brand, you hold the coin. And the missing part of the puzzle was like, what's kind of can be our product that can actually proliferate the brand outside of just the internet and Web3. So the original Rekt guy is like a guy holding a drink. So we thought, originally we wanted to do Rekt alcohol, like a Rekt rum.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the UK, we were told that you couldn't encourage responsible drinking with the brand Rekt. So
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. So we're like, fuck it, let's just do non-alcoholic drinks. And we have zero experience in the CPG world. Like, as I mentioned, my experiences in finance, and everyone told us don't do it. And we were like, let's just do it and see what happens and figure it out. And we never. Again, it was still very experimental. We didn't think it would be successful. We didn't think it would get mass scale, but it was like, this is a fun side project to do. And the whole idea behind it really was, when you purchase drinks, you earn some of this Rekt coin alongside doing it. And that's the key mechanism that I think sort of worked for a lot of people, or a lot of people understood. And people are very familiar with this like concept of loyalty points, right? But loyalty points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason, Ovi, exactly why I was wanting you to talk about this is that there's a lot of people who were in crypto when it was hot, who were on Twitter, that they're allergic. They're allergic to Web3 crypto. They hear the word. It's like, oh gosh, I got wrecked. Let me forget it exists. I'm allergic. And be honest, I was one of them. But the more that I have thought about this, and I have looked at Rekt and what you guys are doing, it just clicked with me. You know what? This is loyalty points, which like every D2C company in the whole world is doing. There's like unique mechanics around this. And so I want you to double click on this and continue talking about it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So look, a traditional loyalty point system, you get points, you can only redeem them for things in kind. So it's like, okay, I have 10 loyalty points, I can now buy more drinks. And the supply of loyalty points is unlimited, and they're completely controlled by the company. So the company can say, okay, I'm going to, issue 1 billion loyalty points this year, and you can, claim a free drink for it, whatever. Or think about airline miles, right? It's like, I've got all these airline miles, and oh shit, the best flight I can get is like a 4 a.m. flight on a Sunday to, somewhere where I don't really want to go. So this is the same thing where you, digital currency is, you can view it as points if you want to, except the difference is you can convert it to real money on the spot if you want to. And these are liquid tokens, liquid instruments where millions of dollars of volume go through every day. And the other difference is the price of this thing moves up or down. So it's this whole sort of consumer user experience where it's like, cool, I bought Rekt drinks, I claimed whatever it is, 1 billion Rekt coins. That was worth $10 at the time. Oh, tomorrow now it's worth $8. Oh, the next day it's worth $15. It's moving up or down. And then suddenly, as a consumer, you're sort of invested in the story of Rekt because you're seeing this thing in your wallet going up and down, right? And
it's a good point.
Even if you don't want to be a part of it, just sell it and take the money. Like, that's fine. That's what it's there for. No one's asking you to be in it for the long haul. But I think it's a very unique experience for a consumer, which allows them to be part of a brand story from the beginning. And look, if we do really well as a brand in the next 5 years, at least, and you collect your Rekt coin, at least you have something to show for it in 5 years' time. But let's say you bought one of these other big brands 9 years ago, and you were one of the first people who bought the drink or whatever it is, and the brand goes on to crush it in 10 years' time. You have nothing to really show for it.
Yeah, it's fair.
But you were the main guy supporting it at the beginning. And I think this is the problem it solves. It's very experimental, obviously, still, and we've had some strong success with it in the last couple of years, which has got us to where we are now. But it's just figuring out how to explain this to people outside of crypto, because I think the reputation of crypto is still terrible outside of crypto, as you yourself alluded to as well.
So I want people to people to just open their minds a little bit, who are allergic, have some kind of, negative connotation. I want them to stop and just open their mind and consider a little bit, because there are other operators inside of our space who are aiming at the very exact same thing. And the one that comes to my mind is Ty Haney, founder of Outdoor Voices. What she is doing with TYB now is trying to find a way to genuinely bridge the gap in connecting genuine enthusiasts of the brand with brands, and finding a way to reward that. And I don't know all of the details, but I know that she is very focused on incentivizing that, and helping facilitate the exact same thing that you're talking about, which is, I love this brand, I'm invested, and now I get some kind of peace, a part of my my fandom and my involvement. Man, give us details, if you would, Ovi, on when you brought the drinks to the world. Man, what did it look like? Where were they available? Was it kaboom? Was it bust? I mean, just give us data points on that, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. So the original drinks we created were just flavored sparkling water, nothing artificial, all completely natural ingredients, and about 4 to 5 grams of sugar per can, which is organic agave syrup.
Yeah.
And the idea was like, let's have a product that's healthy, that's not bad for you, that you can drink leisurely, but with cool branding. All the healthy stuff has very clean branding, or it doesn't make you feel cool. If you're at a party with the boys and you want to drink something healthy, you don't pull out. You know what I mean? You want to pull something out that makes you feel energized, right? So that was the idea, and we launched our product just D2C from our website, and we actually sold just over 1 million cans within our first year. Yeah.
Whoa.
Which is
wow.
It's a bit of a unique way in which we sold them, because they were sold as limited edition drops. So the first drop that we did, we sold about 220,000 in a couple of days, and then the next one we did, we sold about 200,000, which sold out in a few minutes. So it's
crazy.
It's very non-traditional. Like, when I chat to people in the beverage industry, I find it hard to give them metrics, because we don't have a normal velocity number, or we don't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, we do like no revenue, and then suddenly one day it's like you're bringing 500K, and then it's like nothing. And then, so it's a bit of a
crazy,
it's a bit of a funny one. Yeah, it's a bit of a basket case. And, I think we're trying to gravitate towards more of a traditional operating model. That initial thing that we did in the first year was to make an impact, to show people that, oh, this can work, this potentially will work, and to get people familiar with the brand. And I feel like we've made that impact. And that's not a sustainable business model. I can't say, oh, we're going to, make $100 million in annual revenue from just doing random drops like every few weeks.
Wild,
that's
man.
Not the way. But that was our way to, I think, make a statement in a world that's very saturated, and a world which is highly competitive, and using a unique business model that I think no one has really done or used. And again, we were just experimenting, it worked, and now we're like, oh shit, we better triple down on this stuff. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a launch like that, Colin? I mean, that's bananas.
The only person that I know that does exceptional work with drops, that is, true, they're a drop brand and they sell out, is 100 Thieves. And they just do it nonstop, because they just do exceptional collabs with like Pokemon and One Piece. I think a lot of brands need to listen to this.
They need to listen.
Could you talk about kind of the playbook that you're orchestrating, where you have to build the hype for this kind of drop? Because that's an unbelievable number you just threw out. And a lot of brands need to understand that they can back into this type of hype cycle and really make something that people are kind of craving and really, really wanting.
I think so. Like, I think what we've done can be replicated by many other brands. And I think we're in this world of the challenger brand, right? Like the reason why we're seeing all these multi-billion-dollar acquisitions in the last 12 months, really, to be honest with you, is because no one finds it cool to buy like the product from the big brand. They all want to buy it from the challenger brand. They all want to make a statement. It's that. So as a new brand, that's your superpower, right? Your superpower is, I'm not a legacy brand. I'm new, and people want to try new stuff. So it's how do you harness that power and start fostering and rewarding a community around it? And I think, in the past, loyalty points just haven't meant much. And
it's true. It's
crypto, and you don't have to even call it crypto. I mean, we're starting to maybe use terms like digital rewards and that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. And with I don't know if you guys tried claiming the QR code on the energy tubs, but
yeah, I was just looking at mine right here.
You should give it a go. So you basically have to download an app. It's a Coinbase app, and then after that, it's a one scan claim, and you've got this money in your wallet, right? So it's the tech is moving away from like, I gotta write down my seed phrase and be a crypto nerd. It's very consumer friendly now, and I think the idea is like, it's worth. My thought was, and I would hope many other startup brands are thinking the same way. Is that how do we do something that's different? Because without doing something that's different, we're not really going to make a scratch in this world. And having not come from the CPG world, it's hard to. Well, I mean, that's not a hurdle because many people have done it very well. But it's like that's not my edge. My edge is, we've been in this crypto world. We've been in this. Well, we've built this brand from nothing. We understand AI and tech and digital rewards, and how can we incorporate all that stuff into what is a traditional business that is maybe slow to adopting these things, and it will allow us to be a first mover. And the way I always explain this is, first iteration of brands was brick and mortar. I go into a Coca-Cola store, I buy a drink. Second iteration was the internet. I go onto Amazon.com, buy products. Third iteration was social media. Oh, I see Logan Paul and KSI talking about Prime. I want to now buy it from Instagram or TikTok Shop. And I really believe the fourth iteration of it is potentially this idea of Web3, and this idea of consumers having this different interaction with the brand, where buying a product means they're part of the story and not just a consumer and nothing else. And that's our big belief and thesis, and that's what we're betting on.
This is it's so interesting for me to be like reconsidering this like 3-4 years later, post 2022. There's a lot of talk about, Web3 is like a solution looking for a problem or whatever. But I feel like there is really something here that you have hit on, Ovi, obviously. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sold 1 million cans in year one. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sold 200,000 in your first 2 drops. Like there is something really natively here in this vein of digital rewards, building up a community, and then people having a real investment. Like, yes, if this works, I've actually got something. It's not just like, the Pepsi points scandal from the 90s. You need 7 million points to buy a jet. It's not like that. He didn't actually get his jet. But anyway, there really is something here with digital rewards and being tied to a brand and it motivating a community. And okay, so a couple of questions for me. When this first debuted, first couple of runs, how much was a box? Were you selling 12 6-pack, 12-pack, 24-pack? And then like, where can people get them now? Is it all still the site? Is it, available in 7-Eleven or something like that? What do those look like?
Yeah. So when we launched it, it was $69 for a pack of 24. $69.69.
Okay. You need to stop and listen to this. Listen to what is being said. Over 200,000 cans in the first drop. Each 12-pack was
24-pack.
Each 24-pack was $69.
However, when we did the first drop, if you claimed the coin and you held on to it through last summer, people made like 20 times their money on it. So,
which is incredible.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
I mean, there's one dude in Austin who I think he spent tens of thousands of dollars on drinks. He ended up making like a couple $1 million, and then he owns a bar in Austin, so he just sold them in his bar. So I was like, man, that's genius. Like, it's incredible. You just made all this money and you're still selling drinks in your bar. Like,
we've got to talk to this guy. I've got to find this guy in Austin, Texas. It's incredible, man.
Yeah. It's insane. So and then so the money you make back on the drops varies. It varies depending on the crypto market, and sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's not. But that I guess is the unique part of it. But yeah, if you want to purchase drinks, you can head over to rect.com. We have drinks available. These are drinks, just to clarify, without the rewards at the moment. But if you head over to Giant Eagle stores, which is in Ohio and Pennsylvania, we have product there in the US as well. And obviously, the energy powder is the new thing that we've just launched. You can head over to Amazon to get that. And each energy powder actually does have a QR code.
Yeah.
And you can scan, you can claim about $20 worth of Rect coin from just scanning that QR code, basically. And
seriously, bro.
20, that's $20 right there. $20 worth of Rect coin. And
this is phenomenal, man.
Yeah. Don't show the QR code or else you
it was $20.
It's gone. It was $20. Now it's gone.
I just want to say, Colin, I don't know if you have smelled this yet, but man, this thing smells incredible, Ovi. I mean, it is like
it's good. It's good. I'm
wow.
As someone who's never really consumed caffeine in my life, when we started this, I was like sampling everything, and now I'm like a full caffeine convert.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you are, man.
Welcome to our lives.
Welcome to our lives. That's right. Rect energy, baby. Wow.
Exactly. So I'm hitting a scoop of that every day. But that's the thing. We're sort of moving into the energy functional world that the Rect energy powder helps you with. It's clean energy. It's also focus, and that's next day delivery on Amazon Prime in the US. So just search Rect Energy on Amazon.
I'm blown away, man. Colin, I mean, this is it's so unique.
Yeah. Were you able to talk to that guy personally who sells them in his bar? Were you able to have a conversation with him?
Yeah, we know him pretty well. Yeah, we know him pretty well. He's a deep, let's just say he's a pretty deep member of our community. So he's been there since the beginning. Great supporter of the business.
That's unbelievable. I mean, this is making me want to get back into the crypto space. I had a very poor experience with it. And let's just say I own a couple Bitcoin, but I'll never get them ever, which is
no.
And
no, bro.
Heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. Remember your passwords, folks. And so I'm trying to endear myself back into the space.
Wow. Well, let me tell you this. Everyone in CPG and in D2C needs to listen to this story because Ovi, you guys at Rect I think you've created a real path that other serious operators in our space are trying to carve out as well. And man, you guys have done something totally unique, and you have really galvanize your community, man, to launch something into the world and be a real competitor, a real challenger inside of CPG. And man, it's exciting, brother. Yeah. It's exciting.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely incredible,
man. We're going to be following along. I'm going to be redeeming my Rect, and man, hey, I want to find this guy in Austin, and I want to go. Go and meet him and talk to him, man.
I'll try to connect you guys after the show.
Incredible, incredible. Ovi, man, we love what you're doing. We appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. We look forward to having you back, man.
Of course. Thanks very much, guys. Cheers.
Wow.
Brands need to take note on what just happened.
That was that's landscape changing.
I mean, volume, crazy amount of volume from that.
Crazy volume.
Yeah.
I mean, how good would you feel if you got to tell Mama at Christmas, Mama, that little CPG can thing that everybody warned me about? We sold 1 million cans this year.
Crazy.
How good would you feel? I mean, that is incredible.
Also, one of their main supporters in the community has made over $1 million supporting a brand he loves. That's crazy. And I never thought I would ever say that sentence.
and I just have to say, like, it's so much better than just getting whatever loyalty points that he was describing. It's like, 100%. Hey, the company decides how many there are. They can always create more. They can change how much something is worth or how much it's not. It has different mechanics about it and different rewards to it. And something very tangible.
You're actually tied into the company's story. You're tied into the company's success, and you're tied into the story at a whole nother level. And then you're also probably really more interested in that community too. You're more connected with that community, which is great.
Yeah. And like, if I'm going to get like real points that like have some value, like some currency value, like, I mean, like he just said, that QR code is $20 wrecked right now.
$20.
If I've got like, if I'm incentivized and have real value, like why would I get any other pre-workout? Like, why would I get any other, you see what I mean? Like there's like power to that. Like
just stacked wrecked bucks.
Actions follow incentives.
Yeah.
And man, they have carved out something here that everybody needs to pay attention to. It's very impressive.
Interesting.
Very.
You're gonna have that rec bucks, and then 2 months from now, you're gonna be like, "Hey, I sold all my rec bucks for like $100,000." You'd be like, "Oh, wow."
Yeah, I'm blowing my nose on 20s and Benjamins now. I'm just,
I'm liquid on wrecked right now.
I'm liquid on wrecked, baby. Let's go. Wow. Obi Farouk, OSF. They also, like, all of their flavors are very, if you notice, they're like very crypto native. Like this is abstract apple. There was the lime one that we got was liquidated lime,
Yeah, that was a good one.
They've got like some great like kind of great niche appropriate names and such. Well, as we move forward to our last batch of stories, I want to say this, Colin, there is like a potential, like very important story that we did not hit already, but it's not that exciting. I really want to move on to the latter stories that we have to play here. Is it okay if we move on?
Let's do it.
Let's save that one for tomorrow. It got a lot of movement over the weekend, but I'm just more excited about the other ones to come up.
Let's do it. Let's move to the next ones.
Okay. And before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about incense. Don't we all want better ads? Yes, we do. We do. We all want better ads, and we'd love to have actual humans involved in the process who are good at what they do. But you and I both know that process is so disjointed, actually finding real humans who are good at what they do, manually negotiating usage rights. That is why Instance exists. It is the all-in-one UGC and influencer marketing platform, all in one place and space, a vetted creator marketplace, not just you finding people, but then applying to you. Automated influencer outreach, built-in campaign management, get content in as little as 14 days. So much better than just finding a random TikTok and hoping it changes the trajectory of your business. Go and get the UGC Playbook 2.0 at the URL scrolling across the screen. It's going to tell you why the era of Andromeda is a good thing and what the path forward is. It's modular UGC. And if you go to incense.pro, you can test drive that platform for free. Many thanks for Incense being part of the show. Now, Jack was just writing something to us, and I have no idea what she was saying. Or maybe that was you. I don't know what
Jack was saying that the fans of Wrecked were blowing up our live chat.
Oh, as they should be. As they should be. Ovi is a legend, and
pumping up the chat.
We should look at what they wrote. Can we see it? Can I
Wrecked,
see it?
I'll just read it to you. Oh, Wrecked world domination. Wrecked.
All right, great. Right, great. Yes to all of them. Okay, you can move that back. Yeah, they are. What a community. Very impressive. Very impressive. They are. Lightning round of stories here. David Beckham is angry. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. David Beckham. Not happy. Why is he not happy? His cologne is being sold in gas stations. Now, I'd like to give a little context on this. This story comes from Reuters. I do find it a little funny. Okay. I mean, if I'm DB, I probably don't want my fragrances being sold in gas stations either, but I do find this a little funny. I'd like to read it, and I'd like to get, Colin, your thoughts on this. London, May 1st, Reuters. Beauty brand Coty is facing a lawsuit from DB Ventures, David Beckham Ventures, the company behind former football star David Beckham's eponymous, I'm going to skip that word, fragrance, for what the lawsuit describes as flagrant material breaches of the license agreement. DB Ventures, which is seeking damages of at least $41 million. Okay. $41 million said Cody had mismanaged the brand in allowing David Beckham fragrances to allegedly be sold in gas stations. How could this possibly have happened? Desperation and greed, said the lawsuit filed in New York on April 23rd, according to documents seen by Reuters. Cody faces a similar lawsuit from Nautica, which DB Ventures is ultimately owned by U.S. conglomerate Authentic Brands, documents showed. The lawsuits are being reported here for the first time. While Cody generates the bulk of its revenue from fragrances, that business is shrinking as the group is set to lose licenses, most notably for Gucci's beauty business, et cetera, et cetera. Cody's shares have slumped 78% in the last year. Your thoughts on this, Colin? $41 million is that's a hefty purse to be had.
That's brutal. And also the fact that Nautica as well is pretty pissed about this. I don't know why they were pushing cologne through gas stations. I don't think this really makes sense from a distribution standpoint, especially with the cologne being a little bit expensive. I don't really understand why they would do this from a management perspective. And it is pretty interesting. And you can kind of see the business being kind of kicked around as a result of this. They're down 78%, over the past year or so. It's just not a good move. It's not representative of the brands that they have in their portfolio. And it's just not how you should be as a partner.
What if it was working though? I mean, let's just pretend that for whatever reason, you're David Beckham, you find out that they're selling your stuff in gas stations, but it is actually moving product. Would you be down?
It doesn't matter because it's not working. That's the whole thing.
What if it's the only thing that's working in the portfolio, like in their strategy, whatever? Like the only thing that's working is like somehow there's this they're like threading the needle by selling expensive fragrances for cheap prices at gas stations.
No, it's a terrible idea. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for the branding at all. It's like trying to sell a Cartier watch inside of a gas station. It just doesn't work.
I think ultimately not the move for DB, which is why he's looking for a $41 million bag. As a result, probably it's not working. But I will say, let's just say if it was, I'd be happy for them to sell my fragrance at the gas station. If it did work, go ahead and sell my stuff at the gas station. I'll take it.
He's probably trying to get that 41 mil to then dump into IM8, to be honest with you. That's probably the main focus of that, because that puppy is on an absolute rocket ship.
Yeah, that one is doing quite well.
Yeah.
Next tweet comes from TJ Bongiorno, a crucial discovery on the timeline. His tweet reads as such. TJ elucidates us that he has found a new brand that is worth all of us checking out. There's a brand that sells fresh toddler outfits for boys, 100% cotton as well, plus an oversized shirt / cover-up in the same pattern and color for mom. Number one, sick product and brand. Number two, I can't wait to give this to my wife on Mother's Day. Brand is Milk and Wool. I'd like Jack for us to bring up this website. I do have some questions. I agree. It is a great idea. Okay. And you can see mama and baby here. Yeah. Take us to the middle there, Jack. You can see mama and baby on that first slider. Look at them. You can see them. They got the matching suit. Okay. Who's going to love this? Mama's going to love it. Okay. Scroll down for us, Jack, if you would. What I would just say is I think it looks good. High quality, premium. Keep going, Jack. My question is like, at what point do you, okay, now scroll a little bit to the right, just scroll. Yeah, that one. Okay, now look. Now, my question is, and I want to ask you, Colin, at what point does little buddy not want to be matching mama? That's my question, okay? That's my question. I think this is a brilliant idea. The clothes are beautiful. They're gorgeous. I'm sure they're going to crush and sell $1 gazillion worth of this because it is legitimately a great idea. Why? Because girl moms can dress up their little baby girls, dolls. It's like living dolls, and they have all the fun, like dressing up their baby girls. Boy moms don't get that same outlet. And so this gives them an outlet like, hey, I can put my little buddy in a cute outfit and we can match. And I think it's a great idea. My question, though, is at what point does little buddy not want to be matching mama? I'm just bringing it up. I'm asking the question.
I think the bigger story here is the fact that there's not matching outfits for dads. Dad and son matching
That's true.
outfit
That's true. That's a
would
good
be an
point.
absolute bar. Are you kidding me? I get to walk around with a little mini me in a little suit. Yeah, it's going to be sick. That's going to be awesome. I want that instead.
I think it's a good idea. You know who does this is Burleybo, my boy Trey Weir that I played football with. He is a brand founder. They're out in Dripping Springs, and they make matching polos and hats. They make like matching sets with shorts for dad and son. I think it's a winning combo.
I want more exclusive stuff. I want stuff like this where it's like we're doing linen button downs. He's going to look like a little baller. We'll get him a little suit. It'll be great.
I just my thought is probably somewhere around age 7, age 8, definitely by age 9. I just don't know if little buddy wants to be matching mommy. Probably wants to match dad. Probably wants to match dad.
That's the thing. By age 9, he's gonna want to match dad. So he's already got the suit.
Fair.
And then by age 9, he's already been accepted into the alpha school. He already has his business that's doing $1 million a year. He's already in Peter Thiel's Founders Fund. He's backed by him.
Yeah.
By age 9, he's done. He's already hooked up with Aidan already. So by age 11, he's gotten 30 million views on TikTok.
Exactly.
And he's got matching suits with dad. And so this is the trajectory of that if you decide to match with dad.
That's a good path. It's a good path. Somewhere around 7, 8, 9, you make the transition to match dad.
Founders Fund.
And then Alpha School Founders Fund, Aidan Brannigan, and
done.
Up and to the right and forever. And I do have to say you were right about Alpha School. You mentioned that it's like $150K a year and they guarantee that the business of your kid like generates $1 million in revenue by graduation. You were right. Yeah. I had not heard that until like I found a video. They just put out a video with talking with Nate Eliasson, and he's like saying that very specifically. Yes, this is the case, which is bananas and crazy.
And so you get, and then by the way, if they don't hit that, you get your entire tuition refunded,
which is crazy.
So just do the math on that. Just here on the show, do the math on that with me. 150, 150, 150, 150.
Yeah. You're looking at 600K.
600K investment, and your child is almost guaranteed to do $1 million
in revenue. That's
going to compound after that year. If it doesn't, then you get your 600K back, and they have the education of the Alpha School.
And yeah, if he's got 60%, let's say they've got your son, your daughter, that they've got 60% margins, they made their profit back on the business for what the school cost, and they've got like an awesome business that makes money, and they're a genius because they're super smart and they went to the Alpha School.
Crazy.
It's great. That's a great ROI.
It's we talked about offers a lot. That's an unbelievable offer.
That is an unbelievable offer.
An unbelievable offer.
It is. It is. Next story. Palantir is making a French chore coat. And I think there's great vibes here. Okay, this was written about in the New York Times, and much to be said about it. I didn't have to read much because I just saw that it's a French chore coat and it looks awesome. And the fact that it's made by Palantir, like how many of these are going to exist? You know, one would think Alex Karp is the CEO of Palantir, is he not?
Correct.
Alex Karp probably going to be rocking his blue French chore coat. And what I would say is that this looks like a great piece of software apparel. It's going to sell for like $250. If you like make niche, cool apparel that people want to rock, people will rock it and they'll be super proud of it. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like Palantir for many reasons and all of that. I don't have anything to say about that other than it looks awesome and it looks like a great idea to make. I don't know if they're having our boy down in Arizona at West Major make it, but a great idea nonetheless. And I think I would be more than happy to rock a French chore coat from Palantir. It looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely incredible from their launch. I mean, this reminds me similar to what Raba did at Vermont.
Exactly.
It reminds me kind of what Raba talked to us about on the show with this Claude Cup idea. Now imagine Claude makes some incredible apparel around that, but it's all F1 themed. They don't even have to use the licensing or branding of F1. The way and the popularity of F1 right now, those things would sell out like you wouldn't believe. You couldn't even keep them in stock for 5 seconds. If you did a collaboration of like Claude, a little F1 branding, some cool niche jokes within the community, you couldn't keep those on the shelves. It would sell so fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely would. This kind of reminds me of when, was it Tesla or the Boring Company? One of
Tesla.
Elon's companies made the flamethrower. Do you remember this?
Oh, the Boring Company made the flamethrower. Tesla made the tequila.
It's an incredible idea.
Yeah.
It's an incredible idea. And again, a lot of people don't like Tesla, but
Yeah.
what's one way you can get the people who do like you excited and maybe win over a few others, think you're cool, like make some kind of secondary or tertiary object that you just get swag and love on the timeline for.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, they're probably not thinking about it from this standpoint, but like if you do the unit economics right, you make a pretty quick bag off of that too. If you're, properly figuring out shipping, how to actually manufacture it, all of that. And because these are drops, you don't really pay for any advertising costs. So it's just kind of a COGS, profit, good, ship, done.
And, the New York Times article gets much into the historicity of the French chore coat, and gets into the vein of, why Palantir created this. The data analysis company is selling a version of the jacket that it says will show its commitment to reindustrializing America. There's a lot of heat behind that movement right now too. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a win for Palantir.
Absolutely.
Next story, Expedia, the clipping company. Have you ever heard of Expedia, the clipping company?
I have. Not the clipping company.
Yeah, Expedia is a clipping company, a new way of marketing inside Expedia's partnership with iShowSpeed. Now, there's a lot to say here. They have gone through a very significant, I think, year-long partnership with iShowSpeed, who is like the most popular streamer in the world, okay? He travels everywhere. He's doing a 28-day tour of 20 countries throughout Africa. Headlines, all of the things. They know that, hey, he's going to be a little bit out of pocket, all the stuff. They want him as he is. Expedia has signed up for this to make a big bet, big partnership for the year. They're not putting any restrictions on him, but I want to focus on one piece of this because there's been a lot to be said on the timeline about clipping as of late. And I just want to read to you part of Expedia's social strategy here. Clippable. As part of Expedia's social first ethos, the company had a war room of people clipping in real time on Wednesday to get content from the partnership across social channels. In doing so, Expedia joins the ranks of marketers working with clippers to transform live stream content into short form clips that can be distributed across social platforms. The strategy is a reflection of how people watch content today and is one that more brands seem poised to adopt this year. Now, Colin, when you think of Expedia, do you think of a war room of clippers who are working in real time to clip live streaming content to push on all of their social channels wherever they may be? I mean, this is significant. Nonetheless, it'd be significant for anybody, but it's significant for Expedia, which is one of the largest advertisers on the internet. They have a war room of clippers now who are clipping in real time That's how important they see this aspect of content in 2026. I thought this significant to raise here because it brings this thought to bear. Like, if Expedia is willing to invest here, like, what does this mean for me, brand wise, content wise, creator wise, agency wise? I think it shows there's a lot of teeth to this in 2026.
Chris, I am going to be so honest with you. I have never, ever been excited or bullish about Expedia in my entire life until today.
All right, great.
Until right
yeah,
now.
baby. Yeah, baby.
The fact that they are betting on iShowSpeed, who is an incredible streamer, and they're also giving him free reign. They're saying, "Hey, we're not gonna give you these restrictions. We want you as you. Rock and roll." I have never been more bullish on this company until now. And this is my shot called on the show. Shot called. This will be a living case study for how brands are going to be operating, big brands, how big brands are going to be operating within the next, call it, year and a half, on how they should be operating.
Wow. You think this is a pivotal moment?
Huge moment.
Well, iShowSpeed gets the eyeballs for sure.
Absolutely.
And I agree with you. If Expedia is willing to change their corporate machinations and put a war room of clippers all in one room while iShowSpeed is live, that tells you something. It tells you something. 2026, this year of live content, ladies and gentlemen. Which is why Colin and I have burned all our boats and push in on this, because you matter. And what we are doing on the interwebs as advertisers, as brand and agency and service operators, what we're doing depends on being at the bleeding edge of the internet every day and in every way, which is why we are committed to showing up here and being here for you and talking with the best and brightest minds in D2C on the internet every day. We're here for you. Next, GameStop to buy eBay. Is this actually possible? I don't know how this makes any sense because eBay is significantly larger than GameStop. I'm going to read this tweet from Morning Brew, Colin. A lot of talk about this over the weekend. And then I'd love you to make some kind of sense of this. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just in, GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen says he's offering to buy eBay for about $56 billion. This screenshot's from the Wall Street Journal. Cohen told the Wall Street Journal that GameStop has built a roughly 5% stake in eBay and was offering $125 a share in cash and stock, a roughly 20% premium to its closing price on Friday. eBay should be worth and will be worth a lot more money, Cohen said in an interview. I'm thinking about turning eBay into something worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Your thoughts on this?
I thought this was absolutely hilarious that, I don't know if you saw this, but Ryan Cohen went on CNBC this morning and basically trolled them and was like, yeah, no, it sounds good. And they were pushing back and they were like, how does the math work on all of this? Like, you don't physically have the cash on hand. They're like, I think it's just going to be cash and stock. And they're like, no, this math physically doesn't work. And he's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is cash and stock.
He just kept saying, like, go to the website. Yeah,
go to the website.
It says it on the website.
Yeah, it says it on the website. This was a trolling masterclass move, and not for the reason you think. This is going to give them as many eyeballs as you think in the entire world, because the CEO is so unbelievable on the show. It's going to flock. I think it's going to pump them up to the moon.
So.
I think so. And I would not bet against this CEO. He used to run all of Chewy, and he brought them kind of to the moon, basically. I would say this is going to play out in a great way for them. And I don't know if they're actually going to buy. I don't know if they're actually going to buy it. I think this was kind of a bit of a PR move, a little publicity move, and it's very successful. Very successful in that respect.
You think they're trying? Your mic. Yeah, mine.
Oh, good.
But do you think they're trying to bring Roaring Kitty back? I mean, I don't understand.
No, they're just hanging out. They're just hanging out, having some fun, trying to pump the stock up a little bit, and yeah, maybe do a little other acquisition, but they're going to push this stock up a little bit even more.
Jack, I'm getting weird audio issues. Do you hear weird audio issues? Yeah, she does. Yeah, I'm getting really weird audio issues. Hey, Colin, Jack, bring me out and bring me back in.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Jack, you want to hit the next story? Let's go! Shout out to Josh for posting this on Twitter this morning. This is super exciting. This is Nielsen data breakdown. Absolutely incredible. You are seeing the energy drink market as a whole here, and it is unbelievable, the breakdown of what's going on. Red Bull absolutely up and to the right, and you see the number one in all of this is Alani, 75% growth, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, just unbelievable growth from them. A true testament to, the team over there scaling really well. But the energy drink market is here to stay in 2026, and I would imagine they are still going to be whipping.
Oh, you think it's Colin? Can you unmute me, Jack? Am I unmuted? Oh, I am unmuted. Okay, sweet. Okay, yeah, I kind of think it was Colin too, but we love you, Colin. Now Colin says unmute me. Let's see if yours is any better, Colin. Okay, what were we talking about?
Hello.
Okay, you sound great now.
Okay.
Am I unmuted, Jack?
Yeah.
I'm unmuted.
We're all good.
We're all good. We're all back. I don't know what that was. That was weird, man. I think we were getting attacked, I think, from somewhere outside. They want to stop us, but they can't stop us.
They can't.
And there's more to cover here. Okay, now what I was, I guess, surprised by. Oh, here I come back. I was surprised by the energy drink market. Essentially, it seems like everything is on the up. Red Bull's on the up.
Yeah.
Monster's on the up.
Yeah.
Everything's Alani's on the up. I don't understand how is everything on the up. I would think like somebody's got to be losing here, but it just seems like all the big players here are up and to the right.
No, because Americans run on caffeine, Christopher. This country runs on caffeine and nicotine, and all of those companies are up and to the right. Alani crushing, up 75%. Niche brands are still winning, and it's pretty amazing.
I think we should have Joshua Gonda, who this tweet comes to us by. I think we should have him on the show because there's got to be some losers in this category. It can't just be that all boats are winning. All boats are rising with the rising tide. I mean, somebody's got to be on the down.
Nobody's on the down.
I think somebody's got to be losing here. But very interesting that all of the normal players are winning. All the ones that you associate. I'd love to see where Ghost falls in there. Of course, you know that I'm a big fan of this new player, Rippin' Kirks at 70 cents a piece. I think these bad boys probably doing well too, but
probably ripping.
See, probably ripping. I have been ripping Kirks today. I can tell you that much. Now, before our last two stories, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. Why is that important, Chris? That is important because it means your emails, your reviews, your banners, they all live where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to trust in big email and their over attributed data. Your Shopify data and your email data are one. This is email 3.0. It's a big reason why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you. If you don't have a full-time email marketer on your team, Seguno was built for you. Lean teams, big aspirations. They've just released the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook. Get that at the URL below. Go and test drive their platform for free. Tell them Colin and I sent you. I think they'll extend that to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of the show. Now,
so funny. Michael Burry of the Big Short.
Yeah.
Michael Burry. He just said GameStop buying eBay makes perfect sense.
I don't think it makes sense.
Up is down, down is up. I don't even get it. It's amazing.
Maybe they're trying to get Roaring Kitty back in play and give him one big more, one big moonshot.
I love it. Let's do it.
Be interesting to say the least. Last two stories here. Protein market. Once again, everybody's on the up. This doesn't make sense to me. This comes to us again from Josh Waganda. The big players here ready to drink shakes plus 8% year over year. Ready to eat bars plus 4.5% year over year. Ready to mix powders plus 9.5% year over year. I mean, I guess we all knew protein is the thing, but literally every form factor up and to the right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is kind of crazy for me.
It is not, Christopher. We are in the GLP-1 economy. So people need energy drinks. They need their protein intake. I love to see it. I'm just looking at the difference in the form factor for all three of those. I find that really interesting. The one thing that didn't, shoot out here is they didn't include gummies yet. And I think that's going to be kind of the next one.
Protein gummies?
Yeah, protein gummies is a big deal. I think this will be like the next kind of wave of form factor as we approach the rest of the year.
Protein gummies.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Who's like the lead? Who's the category lead for protein gummies?
I think Buffed Bears.
Buffed Bears.
Buffed Bears.
BUFF like apostrophe D? BUFF.
Buff Bears.
Buff Bears.
Yeah. Protein gummies.
Wow. Buff Bears. Who knew?
Yeah.
Apparently Colin Doherty did. As we exit our show for the day, just a little bar from our friend Alex Karp, friend of the show. Just kidding. He's never been on the show. Alex Karp, a little eulogy here for Spirit Airlines, which seems to be on its way out. He said, I never flew Spirit. I was too poor, and then I was too rich. Kind of a bar. Great, very quotable. The always quotable Alex Karp.
Bit of a bar.
Would have been great to see him do this in the new blue French chore coat.
There you go.
Would have been great to see him create this quotable as he wore the new Palantir French chore coat. But we will take it nevertheless. Eulogy for Spirit. Thanks for joining us. Many thanks to Aidan for being a G and getting views up and to the right forever and ever. Many thanks to our boy OSF giving us the new loyalty path that is possible. Shout out to Rect. And shout out for my new $20 of Rect right here. Many thanks to Incense, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked After Cell, Axon by App 11 for making this show possible. Colin, we'll give you the last word before we get out of here.
I would say ball out with your bros again. We're still in the ball out with your bros era.
You can't say the same thing every day. You can't say the same thing every day. We need something new. We need a bar, a bit of a bar.
A bit of a bar is don't take life too seriously, folks, because none of us get out alive.
Okay. All right. We'll take it. Thanks for joining us. We will be back tomorrow. Killer guests coming this week, just like we had today. We will see you on the other side.